Good evening and thank you for staying with us at News 2 at 6. I'm Gabriel Johnson. Developing news out of North Charleston. One person has been hospitalized after a residential fire this afternoon. It happened on the 2100 block of Adair Street. Crews are still on the scene investigating, and we're told the cause of the fire is still unclear. News 2 has crews on the scene, and we will bring you updates as information becomes available. Tonight, the Berkeley County Coroner's Office is hosting the second annual Berkeley Remembers at Point North Church in Moncks Corner, and the program will begin at 7 o'clock. The Coroner's Office is inviting all families in the county to have a lost loved one due to violence by another or self-inflicted to attend in memory of their loved one. They are also inviting survivors of violence to attend, who will also be honored. Coroner Darnell Hartwell is asking the community to join and stand with these families in a night of remembrance. And this evening's keynote speaker will be Charleston's own Chris Singleton. National Rail Safety Week is putting a spotlight on train crossing dangers. In Berkeley County, deputies say too many drivers are taking risks that can turn tragic. Nationwide, a train crash happens about every 3 hours. Here in South Carolina last year, there were about 58 incidents at railroad crossings, and 17 people were struck while trespassing on the tracks. Deputies point to trouble spots like Highway 52 and Red Bank Road in Goose Creek, one of the busiest crossings in Berkeley County. Officials say they've seen drivers try to beat the gates there, even after medians were put up to block dangerous detours. Deputies say they're pushing the See Tracks, Think Train message to prevent these kinds of tragedies, and are reminding people that a few extra seconds at a crossing could save a life.
On every rail crossing, if for whatever reason something bad does happen and you're stuck on the tracks, there's a little blue sign. It's an emergency notification system. On that sign, there's a number for that crossing. Call the 911 or call the 1-800 number, give them that, they're gonna ask for that number. That way, all the trains, they can stop them prior to coming.
Deputies say their goal is target zero, no traffic deaths in Berkeley County. They hope this campaign reminds everyone that taking a few extra seconds at a crossing could save a life. A bus driver contracted by the Charleston County School District has been terminated following an investigation into his interactions with middle school students. News 2's Emma Charles has been digging into the story and joins us now to tell us what she knows so far.
Thank you, Gabriel. That's right. I'm told the bus driver was employed by First Student, the company that supplies drivers for CCSD. But after parents raised concerns about his relationship with their children, he has been fired. Mount Pleasant police were notified by the principal of Lang Middle School, where the two students in question are now in 6th grade. The bus driver, who is not named in the police report, had allegedly been their bus driver while they were in elementary school. After the students moved on to middle school, the report states the bus driver began texting them and showing up to Lang to visit the students. Police and school officials met with the students and their parents. The parent of one student said the bus driver had shown up to extracurricular events, like the student's 5th grade graduation ceremony, without being invited by the parents. After the ceremony, the bus driver allegedly showed up at their home and asked to be sent a photo of him and the student from the ceremony. We reached out to First Student, the company that employs CCSD bus drivers, and they sent us this statement saying, "At First Student, our #1 priority is the safety of our students, employees, and the communities we serve. The driver has been terminated. We will continue to assist the Mount Pleasant Police Department with its ongoing investigation and as such are unable to comment further." The Charleston County School District told us they're deeply concerned about the actions of the contracted driver, saying in part, quote, "As soon as CCSD received this information, we acted immediately. The driver was taken off duty and First Student ended the individual's employment. We continue to work closely with First Student to ensure every driver entrusted with our students meets the highest expectations for safety and conduct." CCSD also telling us that many other parents are rallying around the bus driver, who they say is a pillar in their community. As of right now, no charges have been filed, and you can count on 2 for updates in this investigation.
Emma, thank you. State officials and local leaders are partnering with the YMCA of Coastal Carolina to bring new services to residents of Williamsburg County, all in an effort to improve the quality of life and bring the community together. News 2's Delilah James spoke with officials about their plans and what the community can expect.
Williamsburg County could soon be getting a brand new YMCA, a project aimed at curbing crime and improving the well-being of residents, especially the youth. Changes to help better serve youth are coming to Williamsburg County, an effort to keep young people off the streets and prevent violence in rural communities.
We do have big plans. We're now currently working with a number of city and county officials to think about advancing the programs across the entire region. And I am one of those that grew up in a rural county in North Carolina. So I have a real heart for rural communities to support those that might be less fortunate and have a lot more needs than some of the more metropolitan areas.
The YMCA of Coastal Carolina currently provides in-house services to Georgetown and Horry counties and offers YMCA on Wheels to other areas where demand is growing, including Andrews and Kingstree. With crime on the rise in Williamsburg County, officials say it's crucial to create programs that keep kids off the streets. They're working to bring a new YMCA to the community to do just that.
We need to get our youth out in the community more. We don't need them just sitting there playing video games all day long. You know, a YMCA, they'll be able to interact with other youth in the area, and it'll just be, give them something to do. I hear so many times where our youth don't have anything to do, but they won't have no excuse if we were able to get them a YMCA in there.
The facility would provide programs like sports, after-school tutoring, and mental health wellness checks, a safe space for kids to come with the goal of staying on track towards a brighter future.
The future is to be able to serve these rural communities, the communities where I grew up in, and being able to provide hope and possibilities for everyone. And that's what the YMCA is all about. Yes, so we're so looking for the future of Williamsburg County YMCA.
Officials tell me they're still in the planning phases of this new facility, but until then, they will continue providing services through their YMCA on Wheels program. And as always, you can count on 2 to bring you updates as we learn more. Reporting in Horry County, I'm Delilah James, count on 2.
The Charleston County School District announced a new high-intensity tutoring, or HIT, initiative aimed at delivering intensive academic support to students who need it the most. The district will partner with a network of tutoring providers using an outcomes-based contracting model. Officials say an innovative approach that ties payment for services directly to measurable student progress, with the district providing bonuses for the highest level of growth, aligning incentives to drive strong academic growth. We're told HIT will be delivered in small groups by in-person and virtual providers across core subjects. The Mount Pleasant Chamber of Commerce's Business and Community Expo brought together nearly 100 businesses today, all aiming to build connections and strengthen our community. A recent study by the Journal of Consumer Research ranked Mount Pleasant's economy #1 on the list of top coastal cities to move to, and the town's growing popularity and prosperity continues providing opportunities for its local businesses. The expo gave small businesses a platform to get their names out and connect with community members and other businesses. If you missed out on today's expo, the Mount Pleasant Chamber of Commerce hosts several other events to support small businesses throughout the year.
Next on News 2.
It's all about being prepared here as we continue hurricane season. One thing to help is a generator, and we'll tell you why coming up live next. You're watching News 2 at 6 o'clock.
Tonight, Late Night Wars, Jimmy Kimmel pulled from the air, and the president floats pulling network licenses inside the battle over speech tonight. Plus, the high-stakes CDC meeting on vaccines and what it could mean for when and if kids get them tonight on Nightly News.
All right, let's talk a little bit about the fishing forecast for tomorrow. It's going to be looking pretty good, a lot better than Saturday and Sunday if you're heading out onto the water. Winds about east 5 to 10 knots or so. High tide about 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, low tide about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Listen, if you miss our forecast on the broadcast, you can always check it out on the radio, Star 99.7.
Well, we are in the peak of hurricane season, which lasts through November 30th, and we're providing you with tips to help you and your loved ones stay safe in any storm that may come our way. The Lowcountry's chief meteorologist, Rob Fowler, joins us live from Generator Supercenter in Mount Pleasant with some things you should know.
Hey, Gabriel, one thing you need to know is when a disaster happens, you can lose power. We've had that happen before after Hurricane Hugo. Some folks didn't have power for weeks, and that is inconvenient. And that's why Generator Supercenter is a place we stop here with Strick and just kind of give us some ideas about why these generators are so important, because obviously it takes away some of that anxiety and stress if you do lose power.
It does. We have a lot of first responders who it's their job when an emergency hits. They have to be out in the world doing what they do in terms of first responders with storm activity, medical activity. They don't want to leave their families behind without a generator. That's an issue. And you talk about inconvenience. For a lot of homes, it's more than an inconvenience. You lose power under the right weather conditions, the humidity begins to creep in, your hardwood floors start to buckle, your food begins to die, you're burning off whatever batteries left in your cell phone. Any number of major inconveniences start to become problems with an outage that's long enough.
And how does this work? Because I know it looks very intricate to me, but you know how it works, how it hums.
It's not, I don't know that much about it in terms of taking them apart. I know what the solution is. Your home loses power, the generator automatically comes on, it creates the electricity, your home runs off the electricity that the generator is creating for the entire duration of the outage, and when the outage is resolved, the generator turns off. Other than that, I try and work with the solution. Does that make sense? Absolutely makes sense. And we also talked about some of the other purposes, and medical issues can come into play, and you want to make sure that everybody stays healthy. That's correct. If you look at our YouTube channel, Generator Supercenter of Charleston and Myrtle Beach, we have videos on there of how to simulate an outage. Even if Generator Supercenter of Charleston is not your purveyor for your maintenance of your generator, go to our YouTube channel, watch the video. Test your generator, make sure it works, flip the switch, make sure you know how to kill your power and watch the generator do what it's supposed to do. We encourage all generator owners to try that. Strick, thanks a lot. It's always fun seeing you guys and hearing what you have to say. Sure, good to be with you again. Okay, we're going to send it back to our News 2 studios, and meteorologist Brant Beckman is standing by with a look at our weather forecast. Certainly a beautiful day again today, Brant.
Yeah, I mean, take a look behind me from the College of Charleston shot looking over St. Matthews. It's a gorgeous evening that we're looking at, and we're going to continue to see these kinds of conditions as we go into this weekend. Now, looking at the big picture here, the southeast in general is mostly quiet. You got a string of isolated thunderstorms through southern Alabama, going through southern Georgia, up into portions, maybe sneaking into Carlton County there, but most of the action's out west. This area, this disturbance is eventually going to be moving into the southeast as we get into Sunday. But until then, this is going to be looking like a very familiar scene. Just a few isolated pop-ups here or there, with most of us staying dry. Now, we're watching the tropics because we got Tropical Storm Helene, man, oh man, it's been a long day. Tropical Storm Gabrielle that we're looking at here, that's going to be hanging on here by a thread. You notice you have that circulation there, the thunderstorm trying to pop up here. We could see this develop over the next couple of days, but it's running into some problems. This is dust. This is Saharan dust. Look how it's trailing into the Atlantic here, and then it's getting sucked up into the engine of this tropical storm. This is not good for this tropical storm. It's great for us, not good for the tropical storm. It's causing things to sputter a little bit. Dry air, not a good thing for tropical systems. Neither is shear or cold water. Now, we have warm water. We have that. But you need other things to go right, assuming that this system holds on. Likely going to be pushing up into the mid-Atlantic here, Bermuda, keeping an eye on it. And it looks like the National Hurricane Center indicates it could reach hurricane status, before all is said and done. But we're talking way, way out to the east at this point. Very little to almost no threat to the U.S. mainland. Look how this pushes all out to sea here. If anything, Ireland's got to keep an eye on that, as an extra tropical system may form out of this system. We're talking a week and a half from now. This is a system we're also keeping an eye on. Just a cluster of thunderstorms at this point, but it could end up forming. and looking like it's following almost the exact path here, almost the exact path of Tropical Storm Gabrielle. We're looking at warmer than average temperatures going through the rest of September into early October, and above average chances of precipitation as well. 2-week range also keeps us in that conversation. The 5 to 10 day keeps us very nice with those temperatures. 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms starting Monday going through Wednesday of next week. Just isolated chances. Same thing for the islands and beaches forecast.
Next on News 2.
I'm Dan Fanning live at TD Arena in downtown Charleston for the CFC men's basketball tip-off dinner. The James Island Trojans have been very successful on the gridiron under Jamar McCoy, but there is another member of the James Island staff Allie will introduce you to, who's just asked a member of the team. We come right back.
U.S. Marshals! Exclusive access with the U.S. Marshals.
We hear the suspect is now in custody.
Laura Ingle rides along, going behind the scenes, violent fugitives, felony warrants, and the manpower it takes. Tonight on Banfield, 10/9 Central.
Megyn Kelly on Botcha premieres Saturday, 4/3 Central on News Nation.
This is the News 2 Truck World Sports Desk, sponsored by Palmetto Ford, the symbol of trust in the Lowcountry, and built Ford proud for over 56 years.
Good evening, I'm Dan Fanning live at TD Arena in downtown Charleston for the annual CFC men's basketball tip-off dinner. Now, week 4 of the Blitz will kick off tomorrow night at 7:30. Football teams call third down the money down because that's where the offense or defense earns their keep. Every down at James Island is the money down. Allie has more from the backyard.
Blitz on 2 Friday Night Focus is sponsored by Precision Garage Door of Charleston.
The James Island Trojans are well known around the Low Country for their success on the football field. But one of the biggest contributors to that success might not be as well known. Meet Sanford Money Gibbs, the heart and soul of this Trojans program.
I love football. Our favorite thing is being on the sideline. I love, that's all the action.
A James Island graduate himself, Money now spends his time aiding this squad in whatever way he can. Whether it is running the balls out to officials or making sure the team has enough water, Money has become an integral part of not only the program, but the community.
There's never any questions asked. He shows up every Friday, ready to work, willing to work, rain, thunderstorms, lightning, whatever. He's always here, willing and ready to lend a hand, run balls out, cart out some of the waters when needed. He's a hard worker, and he means a lot to us. He's part of our family.
He's like a local little celebrity here. Everybody knows him, but he's really efficient at his job. He does a good job, and our officials always are glad to be here at home because they know he's going to do what he's supposed to do. They never have to holler about a ball. He's always right there with the ball, and he's dependable whether we're going to Columbia or we're playing right here at home.
While there is no doubt about his love for the game, Money says it is more than just about football. It is about the people and community that he is surrounded by daily that makes his job great.
It means a lot to me being a part of the community and in town and love to be a part of it. I love the team, love being a part of the family, love the coaches, and love all the fans, everybody who are my friends.
With almost 30 years of helping the Trojans under his belt, Money says he has no plans of leaving the island anytime soon.
Well, I know I'm here for lifetime, honorary membership, and my compass to stick with the team.
From James Island, Alexandra Cox, News 2 Sports.
And Money and the Trojans are 4-0 so far this season. They will look to go to 5-0 tomorrow night at St. James. For now, reporting live here at TD Arena, Dan Fanning, News 2 Sports.
Good luck to Money and the Trojans. That's all the time we have tonight for News 2 at 6. We have more coming up tonight at 10 and 11. Have a great afternoon.